Hey, J-Bros here. I am excited to get this video out to you. I've been waiting for this throttle cable that had broke, and obviously my machine's been idle, but I guess that hasn't been the worst thing in the world because the boys were finishing up baseball, so I've been busy. But with that being said, I'm going to get this out to you on what failed on my throttle cable and to see what the new one looks like versus the old one. So basically right here, this is the shaft. I left the old one in here right now. So this is the shaft where this end right here goes up into here. So this here goes up into that gold shaft up there. Pretty obvious. Anyway, so that is that. Well, what happened here, this cable slides into this line right there. This is the end where that cable hooks up to, and you can't really see, but it started breaking off here. And this part, which basically in my opinion failed, is this. Notice how it kind of kinked right there versus sitting right there. Well, that's supposed to allow this to freely spin here, so the cable is not twisting. Well, what happened, it got caught at an angle like that, and well, it started twisting the cable. Because initially, now I was thinking, okay, you know, you got the push button. Okay, push button, throttle down, push button, throttle up. Well, what that basically does is it pushes that steely ball down. Well, that steely ball, what that does, inside of this is a spring. And that's basically what this steel ball, when you push down and in, that steel ball in there is what allows this to thread up and down. So there for a while, I'm sitting here going, well, this thing only threads up and down, and that's all it does. Because mine never honestly really pulled in and out super fast like this, to tell you the truth. So I was basically just using it like this. Well, when the thing broke, I'm like, well, I don't think I should be twisting it. Well, it's designed to twist and pull in and out. So I'll just clarify that. It's designed to twist in and out. And it's also designed to push this button and pull in and out, which gets kind of to a thought. This is very, very sticky stuff in here. I don't think this came greased inside of this, or even if a guy should use grease, maybe a guy should spray some oil down in here. And if you have this set up, what I'm probably going to do, and if you're noticing some sticking on this, I would go ahead on this, you know, shoot, I don't have the cap here, but there, oh, here's the cap. This is the locking cap that goes on here. And here's what I would honestly do, and maybe it can prevent your stuff from gumming up. I would unscrew this cap, you know, pull your throttle out as much as you can, make sure that rubber thing's out of the way, and I would spray some JB Weld in here, or just squeeze some oil in here, because that just, in my opinion, it made that tip that goes on here gum up and kind of getting at an angle there. I hope that makes sense of what it did. Like I said, it started spinning the cable, and instead of rotating on this ball right there, see that ball right there, it was supposed to spin, and that didn't spin anymore, and it broke. And like I said, I would get some JB Weld or some oil down on this. I don't think grease is a ticket, because talking with my dad, we were kind of thinking, that'd probably just end up gumming up over time. But put some oil in here, because this black stuff right here, and that was down on that thing that fell on the ground. There it is. Just to reiterate, this small piece right here, this goes on here, and this is supposed to spin right there. This got all gummed up, and this, like I said, got in a bad position and locked. So that's the old one, and I could just show you quick where it went, because I kind of explained that. But it comes through here, this here, throttle cable here, screws up into the shaft, and then that wrapped around up here, right here to, and you won't be able to see it right now because I got there. It came right alongside here, hooked on a clip, and then hooked on this bolt right here, and there was extra slack. Anyway, so the new one I've got, I'll show you a photo of that. I could not find a 3-foot long throttle cable, which this one is. The only one I could find was a 6-footer. What I'm going to do, because this machine has got a lot of space up here, I'm going to take the throttle cable, because it comes down from that shaft up here. It comes down this way. I'm going to take this slack, run it down here, and go down and loop it there and get a nice solid twist here, so it's not really bending. So we got space to make this 6-foot cable that I got work. But I kind of wanted to let you know, maybe to, if yours hasn't failed like mine has, maybe to get some oil down in this, and maybe you can prevent that. But just to reiterate, which I was second guessing myself, this is definitely designed to push the button and go down fast. And it's also definitely meant to twist off and on. It's supposed to do that, up and down. And I know that seems trivial, but I was, like I said, I was questioning myself. But it was the failure of this onto that ball. I'll get over here to the new one, and I'll show you where I purchased that. So this is the part that I got off of Amazon. Right there. And I thought that was a relatively cheap part, and I paid extra shipping to get it here faster, but yeah, it got lost in shipping, so I didn't get it till today. But anyway, here's what we're dealing with on the new one. Same thing. Here's the shaft. I believe this design on this push button shaft seems a little bit better. This steely ball, it just seems better, which is not shocking, of course. This here is the same setup as the other one. See how this thing here is actually attached to this? Well, where it broke was on the other one was right here. This cable feels thicker as well and better. But even still, this would have broke on the new one if this would have got gummed up. And even right now, as I feel this feels really kind of sticky. I will put some oil on this, but this attaches to that right there, and that's what allows this to twist on the threads. Because if I can show you here, this is the stop cap. This is the same shaft that's still on the engine right now, and you can kind of see inside there. See that spring? That's what that steel ball twists on, to allow it to twist up and down. And like I said, you push this button so that steel ball retracts. That's what allows it to go up and down so fast. So anyway, this is all straightforward stuff over here, and I will show you on the install what this is all doing. The one clamp clamps onto here, and the other clamp clamps on to the cable. We don't need this part for what we're doing here. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've got for you of where the failure came. It came on, I believe, this portion of it getting gummed up. And this, as you saw that black wear and stuff on there, that was very, very sticky. It's kind of like greasing oil in a bike chain or something like that, you know. But I would say I would go with some sort of oil, not a grease, because I think grease would just get dirty and clumpy. But that's that portion of the video comparing the old one to the new one. If there's any questions, feel free to like, subscribe, comment down below if you got any questions. Yeah, and I'll get this out to you, and I'll get it installed and let you know how that goes. J-Bros out.